Morning all, just doing the daily checks, but we've also got to do some additional checks because we're so close to Calais this morning. Check up at the back of the cab there, there's not enough space for anybody to get in underneath this front spoiler. Just check at the back of the cab. Can't see anything there, sorry about the fridge noise, but got to put up with that. And then last night I put a couple of little cable ties on here so that if they had been moved, that one's still tight, and that one is on the handle, so you would have to move the handle back to open this side locker, and again that's tight and hasn't been broken. The side locker doesn't appear to be open. I'll check that again when we get to Calais. I need to pull into the truck park at the port. Just a quick look underneath. Doesn't look like anything there. So that's all good. Check on the back here. That's all good again. I'm going to check in the back of the trailer when I get to the port. But initially all looks good, and once again the seal there is tight, the seal there is tight, and the padlock is still intact, so that's good. That means that they haven't been broken. Doesn't appear to be anything on the hinges or the bolts, so it doesn't look like they've taken the back doors off. Again, a quick check underneath here and under the axles. I don't see anything. What a way to start your day, eh? No, don't see anything again there or there. The sad thing is these guys will cling on to the axles. So, you've literally to check everywhere. Okay, side locker again there. Once again I put a strap round that one and I checked it, it's still tight, so nobody's pulled that back. I will check them again when we get to the port, but so far so good. Other parts of the daily check that include the pin and make sure all my lines are still connected, which they are. And I've done the lights on my way around this morning. So yeah, a couple of minutes, just make a coffee and then head off towards Calais. Hello again all. Just a quick update. We're 40 miles from Calais. We're still waiting on some paperwork to enable us to get back across the channel from the Italians, and it's Saturday and not a great deal's happening. So I had just over half a tank of fuel, and there's not a great deal of options going back down towards Paris. So I've just passed a Shell garage there and thought, right, I'll top up in case I end up getting a changeover this side of the water because I can't get this trailer out of France, and doubling straight back down to Paris, because otherwise my plan was to fill up in Maidstone where we were doing the service, the changeover, because the service is a Shell garage. So yeah, as I say, we're 39 miles now from Calais, and we're just heading to the tunnel. So catch you in a bit. Well, fair play. My boss sorted the paperwork out in less than 10 minutes. So why the Italians hadn't done it, I don't know. But as I came down the road there, I was looking at the lanes there that you normally come through, and I thought, wow, they're nice and clear. But you come round the back and we're being held here because the French are protesting, striking, whatever they do, about pensions. So your man says yeah, park up there, mate. He says it'll be at least 4 hours before you're allowed to go check in. So that's what we're doing. Nothing much to report other than we're sat in the lanes here, but on the way in, the Eurotunnel people gave us a little the black box there with a biscuit, a thing of apple juice, a rather nice tuna salad in a tin that I've just had for my dinner, and a bottle of water. So just had that for lunch. Been here ages now, but nothing we can do. We're going to sit with it and watch a bit of telly, and then eventually head back to UK. As I'm sure you can imagine, there's been very little to report today. Sat in a queue, I don't know, about 5 hours or something on the French side. Came over here, 20 minutes later I'm sat at the back of the queue, the English side, waiting for the train again to go back across. Should have been down in Rungis this evening. That ain't gonna happen. I think I'm gonna run out of time across the other side somewhere, and the auto route down to Rungis is going to be packed with parked trucks on the weekend. So depending on how far I get the other side, I'll make a decision when we get over there. Maybe a couple of hours yet. Well, we've checked in, and Eurotunnel have given us another goodie bag. And we normally get pulled off, as I'm sure you know from previous videos, into the scanner on the left hand side here. But I'm hoping, with it being a backlog, that they're not going to do that. They're going to fly everybody through and get them down the road out of the way. But you never know. Anyway, we'll see you in a minute. Well, we did indeed come straight through and join the lanes. We didn't get pulled into the sheds this time. They had a couple of fridges in there that was just leaving, and there was another one ready to go in. So they must have had the fill or the quota, whatever. It's saying an hour and a half before the next train, so we're just sat here waiting for the next train. I'll just show you in here what we've got from the Eurotunnel people. Wooden cutlery set, knife, fork and spoon, always handy. Some noodles, pot noodles, roast chicken flavour. I like noodles, that's good. We'll be able to do something with them, worry ye not. A couple of digestives. I've already got some biscuits on the go, so I'm going to keep them. I won't open them up. Just here, this is a melted cream cheese. I guess it's like Philadelphia or something. And a tub of Pringles, only £1, probably out of date. And a bottle of water, Radnor spring water. Yeah, cheers Eurotunnel. Well, it was only a few hours ago.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
When we were here, leaving for the UK, and here we are back again. Desperately short of time. I've now to report to customs. See that get cleared up there. Hell's all that banging over that side. God, they're queuing down at the roundabout there. And try and get parked up, which isn't going to happen in my legal time, so I'm going to have to do a printout and write something on the back. I can't do ferry movements or anything. Because I think I'm starting to... Well, I need to sort out what they want me to do from the office. Whether it's... I can postpone my weekly rest until a couple of days from now, or I can get it in tomorrow and run late with stuff. So I just need to know what they've got planned, because if they've got me reloading Monday, then might not work. But anyway, I'll find out in a bit, I'm sure. Good morning all. Ran out of time at the customs clearing place yesterday, Civep. So just pulled up the top end here, where, as you can see, there's hundreds and hundreds of bays. But they don't like you parking here. They don't like it at all. But as I say, I was out of time, and 3/4 of an hour after my time, they rang me to say my paperwork was ready. So I went down and collected it anyway, which is no great shakes. But then they came up through the night, and I'd only been in bed about half an hour, and knocked on the cab saying, are you waiting for paperwork or whatever? And I said, no, I ran out of time. And he said, oh, okay, no problem. Stop there, just so my boss wanted to know. So I said, no, I'm going first thing in the morning. I'll be leaving, which I am doing. I've just had 9 hours off, done my daily checks, and we're going to head to Paris. So a bit of a weird one today, in that I'm going to get to Paris hopefully in about 4 hours. I had 9 hours off last night, so get to Paris in about 4 hours, have 9 hours off, and then start again tonight and do a night shift. So I'm just going to get to Paris and have some lunch, and then get back into bed and hopefully get a few hours sleep before tonight's shift, when I'm delivering. I got one just outside Rungis, 2 in Rungis, and then one over in Brittany. And then my boss said that the plan is, once the Brittany's off, at some stage have 24 hours off to reload on Tuesday, and take it from there. So that's what we'll do. Anyway, we're going to head to Paris. As you can see, there's plenty of them parked up. I think there's another one of ours there. Ollie. There's the bays that they check you on. Ollie's coming down to Rungis, he said off.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Here's a good one for you to see. We're queuing here for one of the bays at Rungis. All the other vehicles parked up over there, but these here that I'm showing you now, the first couple are some Irish trucks that's on bays, and they've got hanging on every week, and it takes absolutely hours. But I'm just waiting for this Virginia chap. I've just been talking to him inside. He's got half a dozen pallets of meat on, and then I'm on the bay after him. But at least we're in front of this lot, so not bad. And it's all coming off here, because sometimes they split the delivery, so that's good. Get it all off here, then I've got one more, and then I can head out to Brittany. But yeah, this is Rungis. The main part of it is the other side, the back of all these, right over the far side there. Good morning from a rather beautiful countryside view of France. We got tipped eventually at the last drop yesterday with I think it was 16 or 18 minutes left on a 15-hour day, and I noticed this little industrial estate. There's a bit of building work going on, as you can see, though it's very, very quiet. There was only one guy here yesterday, and he certainly wasn't doing any building work. This is just up the road. But anyway, I think I had 28 minutes left when he knocked on the side of the trail and said you tipped. And luckily, right alongside was a fridge wash. So I just dropped down to that, washed the back of the fridge out, give the cab a quick blast over, because he was absolutely minging. And from there, I had 16 minutes left to find somewhere to park, and I'd spotted this spot, as I say, on the way in. Looked a quiet little industrial estate, and it is, to be fair. Beautiful. So I just came up here, had some, I suppose it was breakfast, but it was actually my dinner, because it was the end of my shift, if you see what I mean. And jumped into bed, and I fell asleep till yesterday afternoon, very late. When I got up, I just had a couple of hours, watched a bit of TV. Clarkson's Farm, actually. It's very, very funny if you haven't watched it. And went back to bed again. So I had a really good sleep, and just sat this morning. I've got 2 hours left on my 24. My reload details have been sent through. It's an hour up the road, and then I'm on tonight's boat out of Cannes. So that's good. I can get a shower, a shave, and something to eat on the boat. Probably have a couple of beers and disembark 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, there we are. We've had 24 off and stuck the directions in the sat nav. We're 54 miles away from the load point, and this is one of the good parts about running in France. When you get to use some of the rural roads, this is just a back road. Well, not a back road. This is just the main road that gets me up onto the faster roads, the motorways, and all the rest of it. But the sights and the countryside and everything, mostly beautiful. Sorry about the noise, I've got the sunroof open because it's nice and warm this morning. It says 10 degrees, but it's obviously warmer in the cab through the glass. Yeah, look at it round here. Nothing spectacular, it's just nice. It's nice not to be stuck on the motorway for hour after hour, though I do like getting the miles in. But yeah, when you've a bit of time, like I have today, it's nice to take some of these older roads. There we go. 3 hours and we're loaded. We've got just over an hour back to the port in Cannes. We've got our CMR, our MRN, our everything that we need paperwork wise. We've got the seal on, we've got the padlock on, so that when we slow down coming into Cannes we don't get no unwanted visitors. But that's us done, and we can now leave for the boat tonight. So we're on our way. We're just on the outskirts, the ring road going around Cannes at the minute, and there's a lot of traffic the other way. I'm glad we're not stuck in that. It's been going on for like 5 or 10 minutes, that. So it's a hell of a queue. Hopefully we won't have the same coming this way, though it does suddenly say 70 km per hour speed limit up ahead. So we'll have to see what's happening. We're only 10 miles from the port anyway, so the problem is, because of the illegal immigrant situation, you want to get into the port and safe, sort of off the roads as soon as possible. The last thing you want to be doing is queuing where they're all hanging about, which is one of the reasons why not only is my seal on, but the padlock's on as well, so that they can't open the doors. But I've got side lockers to watch out for, so we may have to take a bit of evasive action, but hopefully we'll be alright. We'll get straight into the port. That queue the other side, man, blow my neck. It's 4 o'clock as well. It's not like oh, hang on, is that English time? That's probably English time, yeah, so it's 5 o'clock. It's kicking out time at work, I suppose. Oh well. So when we get off the boat coming the other way, this building here on your right hand side with the blue shed there, and the LKW trailers, that's Civet, as you can see. So we come up to the roundabout that I'm just approaching now, and then run along this road that's the other side of the hedge alongside me. You can just see it there. So that's where you'd need to go to clear Civet if you come into Cannes. Yeah, so this is the approach to Cannes, where we have to drive a little different to normal, really. Always try and leave a gap in front of you so that you can accelerate should you need to. So for example, if any illegals did try and come out of a side road or ditch or behind these trees or whatever, you weren't so far up the back of another car
take the third
that you couldn't accelerate. So always try and keep a bit of a gap and from here on in, basically, there are no rules, and you just keep it lit and head towards the ferry as best you can. Some new tarmac down here since I was here last. So we're running into the ferry here. What we need to do is don't let him out, which is fine. Make sure that we have enough gap in front of us here.
In
so
a quarter of a mile,
traffic lights,
turn right onto Place du Général de Gaulle.
that's coming up in front of us, we don't need to stop, and make sure that there's gaps like here that we can keep it lit past these cars, etc., because we do not want to stop. They will be in the side streets and behind fences and hiding in people's driveways and all sorts. So there's potentially one down here on the right hand side, sad to say. So what we're going to do is approach
Turn right at the traffic light.
the roundabout. Traffic lights here, there's nothing coming, and we are going to keep it lit and get round here as sharpish as we can. Shame really, because all the bars and hotels and everything still look nice, look, but the town itself is just ruined by the immigrants taking over, which is literally what they've done. So we just keep it lit round here. Sorry missus, we can't stop for you on the zebra.
In a quarter of a mile, arrive at Cape Ferry.
We won't be stopping going up here. Unfortunately there's a couple of bumps here we need to negotiate, and then after that we're on our way into the port. So that's good so far. Next stop is check-in. See, look, it's a nice little port. Nice bay. Out to sea. Here we go. Into the mouth of the big ship. See where these guys want us. And get to bed. For some reason, they get you to come forward and forward and forward, and I'm saying to him, watch that mirror there, I can't come much further forward. And he parks me right alongside for no reason other than, I'm guessing, to be slightly awkward, because all he's got to do is stagger it like this. Like, this guy's staggered back from me, so I can open my door, matey boy can open his door, and we're all okay. But no, for some reason. Anyway, we should be off fairly early in the morning. Join the pathetic queue at Portsmouth. Good night all, catch you tomorrow. So after getting off the boat this morning, we've run up to Westbury and tipped that load of cheese. I couldn't film there because I was doing some other bits and bats, but it was basically just unloading pallets anyway, so not a great deal to see. Then I nipped back into the yard to get the hooks put back in the trailer for the hanging meat, which I just needed a hand with, but in fairness they put 3 lads on it and they said, no, just leave us to it, we'll get it done and give you a shout when it's done. And it took them probably 20-25 minutes, but it would have taken me a hell of a lot longer lifting the boxes up and hanging the hooks back on the rails. So that's good, that's all done. And I'm now heading to Merthyr to drop this trailer off at one of our customers and pick up a load tomorrow. It may or may not be on this trailer for the Netherlands, which will be just enough to finish my week off, and then I need a long weekend this weekend, so I'll get me my hours back.